And then we have this. Zachary Levi. Okay. I didn't talk about this on Monday's show, so I thought I'd talk about it now because I was like, oh yeah, the Zachary Levi thing. When I was looking for things to talk about today, a lot of people were talking about what he said at this little event. I really didn't look into it. I went, geez. Zachary Levi, he does a good job of keeping himself in the news, right? He ends up like saying something on like a stream or a podcast or whatever the hell. He ends up saying something and then all of a sudden it gets passed around. But a lot of people were comparing him to Stephen Amell when it came to what he said right here. So I went, okay, is he against the strike? Is that what's going on? Because Stephen Amell was like, I'm against it, the whole striking part of it. I don't support that. I support the union and whatever the hell. But this is what Levi had to say right here.
I'm not allowed to talk about, this is so dumb. I'm not allowed to talk about any of my previous work.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about movies that I may be a superhero in. I'm not allowed to talk about TV shows that I may have been a nerd who worked at a Best Buy kind of mountain. I'm not allowed to talk about any animated princess movies that I was fantastic in as the best prince ever. I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to talk about those things.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit here. First of all, cringy. Just anybody else's butthole, like just Sometimes just the way that I don't know if he's trying to do like a stand-up bit or something like that. But the whole thing's that he, like, the headline of saying it's so dumb, it is kind of funny because he's just like, I can't talk about it. But at the same time, I was like, okay, so this is not what Stephen Amell was saying. He just thought it was dumb that he can't talk about previous projects. And I agree. I agree with that. I do. I agree with it. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of, I mean, I get it. It's somewhat promoting, if you talk about an old project, that is like promoting where somebody could see that and then decide to download it or go get a physical copy. Totally understand that. But at the same time, I was always on the side of like, well, can't these actors and actresses still promote some of the stuff they've done or some of the things that are coming out? Like, that was the whole thing about me and Blue Beetle. I was going, this sucks. You got some of these young cast members, these people that are in this movie, and they can't even freaking talk about it. You know, Sholo can't even talk about it. You got like a cool little something right here after the success of Cobra Kai. You can't even talk about this. Even Tom Cruise was meeting with all those people and saying like, well, can't they still promote what they've worked on and what they have? So I will say that, yeah, the way that he said it, cringy. Definitely cringy. But I kind of agree because I'm like, I was actually supposed to have somebody, an actress, on the vodka stream, but that was the week of the strike. So then it went from, well, she can't talk about any work, any acting work that's going to happen in the future or that happened prior. She can only talk about just regular stuff, and then it ended up canceling. And it was just kind of, it was like, wow, that's right. They can't even talk about stuff that they were in. And it's a little weird for me. It's a little weird.